Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Wednesday, 23rd of April. In this update, you are heroes fighting for what New Zealand holds dear. A powerful message from Christopher Luxon to Kiwi and British troops and the Ukrainian soldiers they're training in southwest England. The PM's been rallying troops alongside his British counterpart Sir Keir Starmer. Luxon says they're standing up for values that are important to a small remote country like New Zealand. He says those values are the sovereignty of nation-states, upholding the international rules-based system, democratic ideals and liberal democracy. New Zealand's economic recovery is expected to be gradual and uneven. The latest Westpac regional roundup shows households and businesses are growing slightly more optimistic and there's greater enthusiasm in rural areas. Westpac senior economist Satish Ranchod says for many businesses, demand remains sluggish and Donald Trump's tariff regime is doing nothing to help that worry. Ranchod says many businesses are still uncertain about how they'll be affected. Fears there might be more deliberate exclusion of gender minorities as New Zealand First floats a new members' bill. Leader Winston Peters is seeking to write the terms woman and man into law with what he's calling biological definitions. Queer Endurance Defiance organiser Alice Simpson says trans people need more support in legislation, not less. She says New Zealand should be improving healthcare access, addressing disparities in employment and housing, and reducing crimes against trans people.
Also ensuring that our freedom to live full and healthy lives is maintained in the face of what is escalating political and physical violence.
Labour leader Chris Hipkins says Te Pāti Māori appearing before the Privileges Committee is a chance for Parliament to reflect on its culture. 3 of the party's MPs are due before the committee today over the haka performed during the first Treaty Principles Bill vote last year. The MPs didn't show at last month's hearing after requesting a date change so their council could be present. Chris Hipkins hopes they front today but says they should be allowed to come together and with their experts. He says Parliament can't cherry-pick the parts of Māori tikanga that are convenient and reject the others. The Environment Ministry's trimming back spending on environmental non-government organisations. It had contracted the Environmental Defence Society and Forest and Bird for $200,000 each per year to engage with councils on regional plans, but called most of the spending off due to changes in environmental law. Here's political reporter Azaria Hell.
The Taxpayers Union is slamming the spending as a taxpayer-funded activist slush fund. Environment Minister Penny Simmons says Budget 2024 saw the ministry end funding for several community and environmental NGOs.
In sport, the Blues are preparing for a stint without Dalton Papali'i after an ankle injury suffered during the Round 10 Super Rugby loss to the Crusaders. Blues coach Vern Cotter says Papali'i will miss at least the Anzac Day clash against the Reds. The final round women's Six Nations rugby match between Italy and Wales in Parma is the latest sporting fixture to be postponed following the death of Pope Francis. Adelaide United's A-League men's finals hopes are on a knife's edge after they were held to a 1-1 draw by Brisbane Roar at Suncorp Stadium. I'm Nivareti Manu and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.